guess this marks the end of life on the road.
Our 5 years on the road has made coffee a massive part of our lives. Not just because it's a yummy, energising bean juice, but also because it's the only aspect of our lives that we can call a routine. Outside of coffee, everything else is unknown, unpredictable and inconsistent. This is quite exciting and a big part of living on the road, but as the years have gone on, we realise it has now become less exciting and more of a hindrance. The novelty and excitement of life on the road has slowly but surely worn off and been replaced by a sense of exhaustion. Being photographers means our downtime is filled with editing, emailing, planning for shoots and location scouting. And while we have found a great balance and rhythm in this, it isn't sustainable forever. And this past little while has shown the value of actually having a home base. A place to recharge ourselves, hide out during bad weather, edit, plan, and as funny as this sounds, enjoy a bit of couch time. Over our 5 years of travel, we've seen endless amounts of beauty Australia has to offer, and been lucky enough to enjoy so many amazing experiences. Yet the most impactful, enjoyable, and special moments we've had have been the ones that we've shared with others. Those times we've had community around us, and we've been lucky enough to share experiences with more than just ourselves, are the times we look back on the most. While we have been surrounded by this sense of community many times in our travels, the vast majority is still just the two of us. And while we love all these special moments we get to share together, we've realised the importance of being part of a greater community. Being able to swing by a friend's place for a catch-up, invite some mates over for dinner, or go on a trip with a group. It's something that is so inherently human and an aspect of life we are craving more of.
Which brings us to where we are now.
Not a bad camp spot, huh? This is actually basically the location of where our tiny home is going to go.
If you saw our previous episodes, you would know that we're moving on to our good mate Max's property. We're getting a shell of a tiny home built, and then we're gonna build out the entire inside ourselves. But don't worry, I know we just did Nigel's engine, the rebuild, all that madness. This does not mean that we're stopping travels, and
Not at all.
yeah, if anything, it just means that we're gonna have more purpose behind the trips that we do go on.
The reason we did the Nigel stuff was for on the road, but also the point is that we wanted him for life. So it wasn't just to do him up for a trip, it was to do him up for life. And now it means that we can have more of that intention with our travels. But it's insane how many more places we still want to see, how many more people we want to go on trips with. We can organise them more in advance as well, which is really cool. And also a massive thing that's really drawn Kendall and myself a lot recently is the idea of a bit more international travel. Now, obviously it's a bit more difficult with Leo, but another amazing thing about this situation with Max and Occy is this is now becoming Leo's home, and he's just an addition to Occy. So it means that if Max goes on holiday, we get to look after Occy on this beautiful place and it doesn't mess up Occy's life too much. And the same goes the other way. Leo gets to stay here with Occy and Max, and Leo loves Max. He just absolutely loves him. So it means we've got a few more potential sort of further travelings that we'll be able to do, which is we've really been drawn to recently as well.
Yeah, we've done obviously so much of Australia, but something about lately especially, I've just really been craving that quintessential tropical holiday. This will do, right? I think this is tropical enough. We are currently in Fiji, just like that.
Yeah, what a lovely time. We're out here on a job, which is exciting. So one really cool thing about now having this home base as well is the fact that we can say yes to jobs, and we are within proximity of airports, because so much of our travel means if job opportunities like this had popped up, we couldn't say yes because we're in the middle of nowhere, living on the road. We had Leo, we couldn't get anyone to look after him, blah, blah, blah. So he is under the care of Max and Occy and absolutely loving his time there. I've had some updates, which is awesome.
So it's actually our last day here. It's been a very busy week, full on, but we absolutely love it. We'll show you around a little bit and then we'll get straight back to Max, Occy, and Leo. Oh, you're so excited. Hi! Oh, Jesus!
joking.
Nah, she knows
Hi,
Leah.
Max has been a busy bee, hasn't he? How cool is that? He's installed a nice little mirror, little bathroom vanity. Looks awesome. But we've still got one more job to do that I get to help him with, which is exciting, is we're going to put a half door on the toilet. So that way we've got a little bit of extra privacy.
It's like it's made for it.
Golden.
Here we go.
Oh,
Come on!
thanks.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
And with that wind behind us, it's time to invite our new neighbour down for a little sit around the fire and just enjoy the evening out in the bush. Now that we're back, we're excited to add another aspect of our routine that we've missed so dearly on the road, is the gym setup. We just bought this squat rack and free weights for the property, which is really nice to actually start to get on top of our physical fitness as well. Believe it or not, before we were on the road, I was a full-time personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach. So it's been a massive part of my life that I've actually missed. And now we're really excited to get back on top of it. So I've been training Kenny and then also training Max as well, which has been super fun to just sort of start our days. We've got everything here that we need. And it just feels good to be prioritizing our physical health as well, because on the road you are very active, you're surfing, you're hiking and stuff like that. But there are a lot of aspects that, like driving a lot through the day, really does to your body. So particularly like mobility wise, hips, knees and ankles, shoulders, everything, we're all pretty bound up. So it feels really nice to have this routine back in our lives. And I mean, not a bad backdrop either. Out in nature, we've got a bit of shade, a bit of sunshine. Absolutely stoked to be back training again. So Leo's not really the most stereotypical border collie there is. We'd liken him more so to a golden retriever. He's quite lazy, doesn't really hurt anything, doesn't really possess too many border collie traits, except for one thing that really gets him super excited, and that's a frisbee. And he hasn't had one in a few months, and this just arrived in the mail. And then he basically just carries on like this for like 10 minutes until he finally makes his way back. We used to get him to bring it back, but I mean, he just has so much fun. Look at him.
I don't think he understands what frisbee is.
I don't know exactly what he gets from it, but he just carries on like this for a while. Where's the frisbee? Woo! Yeah, that was good. It's about time I gave Nigel a service. I gave him one at about the 5,000k mark, and now I reckon there's probably been another 5,000 added on top since the rebuild. Previously, whenever I had to do anything on Nigel or on our old van Vance, it's been in terrible conditions. Whether it's getting out of trouble on the side of the road, or if we are doing a service, trying to pick a car park than buying stuff like an oil drip tray, buying all the extra things that you're going to use for a one-off that you're not going to bring with you, just to then get rid of them again. Having a home base makes it so much easier. We've already got all the stuff here that I need. I've got my own space, I'm not in public, I'm not trying to do it in a car park with stuff everywhere. I've got my own space, my own time. I can just tinker away with Nigel. Absolute dream setup that I haven't had in 5 years. So very pleased, and such a big benefit of having our own space. I guess I better get started. While at the oil drain, I'm also going to be replacing the spark plugs. I feel like it's about time to give them a little freshen up. Still a bit more tuning that I think I need to get done. So hopefully this will give a nice freshen up, and then I'll be able to sort of get the carby tuned a bit more and also the timing tuned a bit more as well. But thankfully Nigel's been running like a dream. Also, it was very much overdue to be replacing the old fuel filter. So, fuel's in place, fuel filter. Tappet gaps have been done. Oil filter. I guess we'll get him turned over and I'll sort out timing. Running pretty well. I think I can make it better. Purring like a dream. Just beautiful. Way to go, Nige. Still kicking. Now, in the past, I'd have like just a bunch of stuff that'd be like either behind the seat or in the door card, just all filled in there, unorganized. But we have this home camp utensil organizer, but since having the Cedar Summit utensils that like all clip into one, I don't actually need to organize anything. So I've just sort of been carrying this around, but now I realize it's like a perfect tool roll. So I'm just going to organize it, and it should be able to just nicely tuck up behind the seat, which is going to be really handy. Then ends up behind the seat. Stoked.
All right, with that done, time to wash this little man.
He hasn't rolled in patty melon poop too much.
He's been pretty good.
Filthy.
Yeah, there's just, a lot of stuff for him to roll around in, and it's been a while, so.
Are you ready, bud?
A little wash time.
Okay,
Gotta get this booty. This butt fluff. Wow, it smells really good.
yeah, it does smell good.
This is eco-friendly dog wash. It's all made with like essential oils and Australian-based botanicals. It's very bougie of Leo. Smells really good too.
But we do have to be very careful. Being on the property, basically self-sustained, means we need to make sure everything that we are using is just running off into the environment. So it can't be anything toxic or anything bad for the environment. So all this stuff's so nice to use because we don't really have to worry about that too much. Do we like? It smells great.
It's so good.
Smells great.
Good boy.
Good boy. Oh, you're so good. You're so good.
Very happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well
Oh.
done. Yeah. Good boy.
Good boy.
Good.
well-deserved little snack.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, worth it for the cold carrot. While he's enjoying that snack, we have a lot more work to do. Man, it's been go, go, go trying to get as many jobs done as possible while we save up for this tiny home that's coming very soon.
Yeah, definitely. Like, thanks for bearing with us. Obviously, we're not posting as regularly as we'd like, and we're really excited once this tiny home is put in place to be pumping out more videos and documenting that whole process. But we just need to get as much fun as we can to even be able to have it in the first place. So the Fiji trip in the middle, plus a bunch of other jobs. We're running around like headless chooks at the moment.
But yeah, it's exciting, it's good, it's like very, very good momentum, and yeah, we're so excited for the tiny home to get here and to begin sharing that entire process with you. So we'll see you on the next one.